Welcome to the unit Phoenixes in Flight. I'm Xue Wei. In the last episode, we have introduced the origins of phoenix in Chinese and English cultures and literatures. In today's episode, we would like to take a close look at one of the most important imagery of Feng Huang, or phoenix, which is love. The first story comes from Sima Xiangru's Phoenix Seeking His Mate. Sima Xiangru was a Chinese musician, poet, and politician who lived during the Western Han Dynasty. He is a significant figure in the history of classical Chinese poetry, and is generally regarded as the greatest of all composers of Chinese Fu. Fu, often translated rhapsody, or poetic exposition, is a form of Chinese rhyme prose that was the dominant literary form during the Han Dynasty. So Fu are intermediary pieces between poetry and prose in which a place, object, feeling, or other subject is described. So what are the features of Fu? Fu is an ancient Chinese literary genre. It is rhapsodized in exhaustive detail and various angles. Fu were often composed using as wide a vocabulary as possible. And so classical Fu usually include many rare and archaic Chinese words. The flourishing of Fu in Han Dynasty was related to the preference of the emperor and the unprecedented strength of the Han Empire. Fu composed on expressing emotions through scene descriptions, and its layout was suitable for presenting gigantic scenes and grandeur. Throughout the Han Dynasty, for more than 220 years, Fu developed, explored, and changed in both content and form, and made great achievements. It had a certain influence on future generations of poetry and prose, as well as novels and plays. Sima Xiangru's representative Fu is Zixu Fu. You might have heard of the idiom 子虚乌有. It comes from Zixu Fu. We know that 子虚乌有 means a sheer fiction or being groundless. But do you know that Zixu and Wu You are in fact the names of two fictitious figures in the work? Now let's move on to the love story between Sima Xiangru and Zhou Wenjun. Born into the wealthy family in Linqiong of Sichuan province, Zhou was well educated and especially good at poetry and music. She was married at 16, but returned to her parents' home a few years later after her husband died. This would have been a sad thing, yet it was then that she met her true love, Sima Xiangru, the famous writer. Sima Xiangru was invited to the Zhuos for a gathering during his stay in Chengdu of Sichuan province. He played Feng Qiu Huang, Phoenix Seeking His Mate, with his guqin, an instrument similar to the zither, while delivering his admiration to Zhuo. Feng Qiu Huang, Sima Xiangru. 有一美人兮，见之不忘；一日不见兮，思之如狂。凤飞翱翔兮，四海求凰。无奈佳人兮，不在东墙。将琴代语兮，聊写衷肠。何日见许兮，为我彷徨。愿言配得兮，携手相降。不得于飞兮，使我沦亡。Phoenix Seeking His Mate by Sima Xiangru. There is a lady fair, I can't forget, I swear. Not seen a single day, she makes my mind go stray. See up and down the phoenix fly, seeking his mate low and high. At last a lady fair can be found anywhere. I can but play my lute to show my grief acute. When will you give your word to the wandering bird? United we will stand together hand in hand. If wing to wing we could not fly, I would prefer to die. The first fool expresses the infinite admiration and passionate pursuit for Zhuo Wenjun. Sima Xiangru compared himself to a male phoenix and Zhuo Wenjun a female phoenix, which has multiple meanings in the specific background of this fool. First of all, the Chinese phoenix is the legendary divine bird and the king of birds. Sima Xiangru was already famous in the literary field at that time, while Wenjun was also talented and beautiful. Therefore, he was trying to show his self-confidence and his praise to Zhuo Wenjun. And second, the ancients often used phoenix in flight, 凤凰于飞, and phoenix in harmony, 凤凰和鸣, to describe the harmony and beauty of husband and wife. Here, Sima Xiangru, traveling all over the world to seek Wenjun, the female phoenix, show how rare a couple they are. Now you know why, hearing the beautiful music, Wenjun would be so deeply attracted to Sima's charm and talent. And hearing the second fool, in which Sima Xiangru asked Zhuo Wenjun to secretly run away with him at midnight. And she did. What a brave woman, right? She should be quoted for having the courage to break the constraints of the feudal system, because she dared to pursue her love despite the opposition from her father. And also because she protected her marriage, which was challenged after Sima's talent got appreciated by the Wu Emperor of Han Dynasty. What happened? Offered official rank at the capital, Sima gradually drifted apart from his wife back in Chengdu and planned getting a concubine. He wrote a 13-character letter to Zhuo, hinting about his change of mind. In great sadness, Zhuo replied with a long poem, 白头吟, delivering her thoughts and emotions. Nowadays, we often quote a line from it to give our commitment to the other half. 愿得一人心，白头不相离. To conquer one's heart, till death do us apart. What we might not know is that it meant to bid a heart-wrenching farewell. So did Sima feel ashamed of his intention to get a concubine? Luckily, yes. They got back together and lived through old age, whose love story has always been on the lips of the Chinese people.